So, I just saw the first episode of Powerpuff Girls 2016, and I have to say, the show has none of the problems that Teen Titans Go has. Yeah, literally, it has none of the problems. Okay, fine, that's not completely true. It has one problem that Teen Titans Go has, but I'll save that until later. And keep in mind that's not a big problem. So, first, I want to go over with the positives in the show. First of all, it really improved from the old show in terms of story arcs and how seriously it took its stories. I can't really gauge it well from the one episode I watched, but I think what it wants to do is it wants to try and be like the Amazing World of Gumball or Steven Universe, where it tries to be somewhat more serious, but it still slips in a good amount of comedy. It's, like I said, I've only watched one episode, so I can't completely gauge it, but it's definitely an improvement over the old show. Next, I want to talk about the voice acting. The voice actors, despite not being the same ones as in the old series, do a really good job, except for Buttercup. I don't like her new voice actor, but the other two sound fine, so... Then there's the animation. It's a step up from the really bad animation from the old show. Well, let me rephrase that. The old show didn't really have terrible animation, but it was very simple. I understood that was hand drawn simply because of that whole 90s style sort of stuff. I wouldn't exactly call the original animation bad, but it was simple. The animation here, I think it's hand drawn. It could be CG, but if it is CG, then they're doing a really good job. If it is hand drawn, it's pretty average. It's just somewhat good. Then there's the characters. The characters are all, for the most part, in character. I would say they are a little bit different from how they are in the old show, but I think the writers will eventually get the hang of it. So yeah, so I want to talk about a couple of the problems. Well, the first problem, and this is probably just the tip of the problems, is that they use live action shots, kind of like in Teen Titans Go. Yeah, they did it in the background, so it wasn't really like in Teen Titans Go, like they do in Teen Titans Go, but I still didn't like it. I mean, like I said, it wasn't too much of a problem, but it still was a problem. Another problem with the show is they didn't really introduce that many of the characters despite it being the first episode, which I don't like. Yeah, I know it's the first episode, but they need to introduce a couple of the characters. Mojo Dojo wasn't in it. Him wasn't in it. The Powerpuff Girls' dad, Dr. Utonium, wasn't in it. The mayor wasn't in it. Miss Keen wasn't in it. Princess wasn't in it. Pretty much the only characters were the Powerpuff Girls themselves. And finally, the last problem was kind of stereotypical. It felt kind of like the Fairly Odd Parents, like with the whole manly thing. I have to say, it honestly felt a lot like Fairly Odd Parents. I don't know if they're gonna go that route since, like I said, I've only watched one episode. But if they are, that's not a good path to take, and you don't want to take that path. Like I said, I've only seen one episode. But from what I can tell, I think it's gonna actually be a good show, and I don't think that people should be worried because I know for a fact the show is not gonna turn out as bad as Teen Titans Go. Oh yeah, and the writing is better than Teen Titans Go too. So I'll see you guys. I'll put a link in the description for the episode I watched. See y'all later.